Hey, thanks for joining us. This is this very special edition of This Week in Jacksonville Business Edition. I'm with Lee Smith from The Players, and this has almost become an annual, right? This is your second tournament, second time we've gotten together and talking about a really big event in the Jacksonville area in Northeast Florida. Really big event on the PGA Tour as well. Tell me about your feelings going into this second round for you, the 51st players, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Ken. Last year there was a little bit of rain while you and I were doing this. So
I do
this
recall.
year we got some sunshine and wind. So, hopefully that's a precursor for a great week. No, we're super excited. Golf course is in fantastic condition, as you can see over our shoulders.
Yeah.
The best players in the world are coming to take on the stadium course, which is an iconic venue that underwent just a few changes over the off season that we're excited for the players to see. And then outside the ropes, our fans always support us at such a high level here in Northeast Florida, and look forward to a great turnout next week.
Well, that's been my impression. This is the 15th year I've been in Northeast Florida, and every single time I've come to the Players, it's like, wow, the fan experience is obviously a high priority for you. The golf is amazing. The experience that someone can get coming here, whether they're a huge golf fan or not, is really top tier.
No, I appreciate you mentioning that, because that's an intentional obligation that we take into the off season. Is a core golfer that wants to come out, see the best place in the world, and get up close and personal is one type of fan. But building a world-class experience for that fan that wants to network business-wise or wants an outdoor activity for their family and engage with the kids. We take pride in having what we think is the best junior policy in all of sports, that a ticketed adult can bring two juniors under the age of 15 complimentary any day. Like what a great opportunity for a family to come out, budget conscious, and take advantage of the Players Championship as well.
Is there a capacity? Is there a limit on how many people can come in on specific days or any day at the Players?
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily call it a capacity. I think we look at, in our operations and tournament services team does such a awesome job of really laying out our structures out on the golf course that we kind of look at it as when we think the fan experience is going to start to erode, and whether that's parking, whether that's restroom lines, whether that's concessions, those types of things, that's typically where we'll take a look at, have enough tickets been sold? But really no capacity that we advertise that is really a line in the sand that way.
Yeah, one of the things that you mentioned briefly, some changes. So when it comes to venues around the course, where it comes to, you called it inside the ropes for the golfers, what are some of the changes people will see here in 2025?
Yeah, I think inside the ropes, a couple of cool things that maybe people won't notice, or that core golfer might, that has played here quite a bit. We made some course changes that were really data-driven, added about 50 yards to the golf course, changed the angle on some tee shots that, Pete Dye, our architect from 40 years ago, put in certain spots to challenge the player. So we kind of, reinstituted those types of things. We brought a tree back. We actually transplanted a tree that Pete Dye intentionally left as a symbol on hole number 6T that we lost in 2014. We found a tree that closely resembled the tree that he left.
No kidding.
About 100 yards down the fairway. And for
That's
those
on the left or on the right?
it's on the
16?
right side of the tee
Yeah.
on 6.
Yeah. Okay. 6.
So for those that go out and walk the front 9, that's a really cool area that you'll be able to notice. It's right next to our Wine and Dine on 9, a place where you can stop and get a glass of Mayomi and take a walk around the golf course. But inside the ropes, course changes. We've introduced an artificial intelligence course setup tool that our rules and competitions team are certainly excited about.
What's involved there? The notion intrigues me. What does that really mean?
It is. It's our rules team is very intentional about using data to set up the golf course. How a hole has performed in the past, whether that hole was downwind or into the wind, whether players hit driver off that tee or 3-wood off that tee, just a massive amount of data. We track about 32,000 shots get hit during the Players Championship, and we track every one of them, whether they travel 350 yards or 3 inches. And utilizing that data over the last 20 years allows us to plug in for simulations that if we put the tees here and the whole location here on the green and the wind's blowing here and the greens are rolling this speed, it will send us out a simulation of how the 144 best players in the world will play that hole. So what was really used to be maybe 100% art has given a platform for our rules team to work off of that now provides them with a science-driven course setup. And then they can utilize, obviously, their experience in the game to set the rest of the golf course up, but really a great tool that our team and our partners at Morgan Stanley help us unveil for this year.
Yeah, so I didn't mean to cut you off. We were talking about some changes. I know one of the changes, the venue we're at right now, I want you to describe it for people. And you said that this came from feedback that you got last year about places where people could come do what we're doing right now.
Yeah, so we move outside the ropes to what the fans will interact with, on a daily basis when they come here. This venue is on hole number 10, so right outside the front of the venue is the 10th green. Right outside the back of the venue is the 11th fairway, the 11th tee. And our partners at Mayo and as well as us, we combed those surveys from last year. And our fans told us that we wanted more public access venues, those with our general admission, our stadium pass tickets for place for them to sit down for 30 minutes or get some shade for 30 minutes. And so our partners at Mayo helped us build this venue in a great location to watch golf. Outside the ropes also, our partners with Comcast Business have built what we're calling Game the Green, an app that our fans can download and actually almost gamify hole number 17, the most famous hole in the world. But they can sit on that hole and they can predict where the next player is going to hit it on the green. And if they select the right location, they garner points and win prizes. And really a great way. Probably some will maybe put a couple of dollars on that same predictive game. But there's also ways for you to garner points and really a lot of activity outside the ropes. And maybe the last thing I'll add is our food partners.
Yeah, I was going to ask. You better believe it.
Our food partners that are all local. Whether it's Taco Lou, whether it's ABBQ, whether it's our friends at Bagels R Us that are new this year, Carolina Jacks and their famous burgers, as well as partners at Blackstone that are going to have backyard bites and smash burgers cooked right in front of you on their Blackstone equipment. Just a great opportunity for you to come and really those things that you eat out 51 weeks a year, you can do it the week of the Players also.
One of the things beyond the food that you get to sample and everything is the pro shop. This is really cool because obviously when somebody comes out and they get back there behind 16, 17, that's where the pro shop is, lots and lots of people, lots of options for things to purchase. Tell us about that because even this weekend before the tournament starts, it's going to be open.
Yeah, this was another fan-driven experiential upgrade. Quite honestly, we our 40,000 square foot fan shop, we have completely rebuilt the fixtures and the furniture inside to enhance the shopping experience.
I called it pro shop, didn't I? Yeah.
Well, okay,
you're a professional shopper. Go out there and be a fan, right? Pro fan.
But
shop.
it will help their shopping experience, direct them in the right way. And as you said, our fan shop is open for 9 days. It's open this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 10 to 4, and then closes on Monday, and then open Tuesday through Sunday of the Players Championship. So 9 full days that like this opening weekend allows you to come out. We've got some local collections from popular brands like Lafarve and Flow Motion that are centraled here in Northeast Florida. Those collections don't last long. So get out early and buy those, and then to add to opening weekend, it's complimentary. You come to the parking lot park. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Roar, and Jackson DeVille will be here. We have our 17th hole challenge, so it's a club in hand experience for the fans that come out opening weekend to actually hit a miniature shot of 17. So really a lot to do. The fan shop is kind of the anchor of that, but opening weekend has become really, really popular here.
Yeah, how many people are we expecting? And then I want to dive into a little bit more of the economic impact because it's huge here in our area.
Yeah, we expect and the turnout that Northeast Florida gives us is super supportive. Yeah. Friday and Saturday are our busiest days. So for those that want to come out Tuesday and Wednesday, Tuesday is our Military Appreciation Day and concert. Wednesday this year we have a new event, the Creator Classic, which is exposing YouTube creators to this golf course on Wednesday afternoon that really have a reach among golf fans and a younger audience. 2/3 of their fans are between the age of 18 to 34. So we expect a young and energetic crowd to come and follow those YouTube golfers like Fat Perez and the Bryan brothers and Grant Horvat, really, really popular influencers, and then we turn it to the real show on Thursday through Sunday, and certainly again, like always, expect a big turnout.
You said Friday, Saturday are the biggest turnouts, not Sunday. Final round.
Yeah, I think there's some people like to stay home and watch it on TV.
Sure.
We Friday and Saturday.
You don't
really
miss any shots that way.
No, you don't. Friday and Saturday are always at most tournaments are always the busiest days. Okay. Certainly there are people. We have 70% of our spectators are visitors, and 60%, 6 out of 10, are from out of state. So sometimes Sunday's a travel day, but Sunday is a really, really cool day to come out. Trophy ceremony, and there's just nothing like the drama that Sunday provides at the Players Championship.
Sundays the last 2 years for the Players have included a guy named Scotty Scheffler. I mean, even we go back to the Super Bowl, and could there be a three-peat? What are the odds that Scotty Scheffler gives us a three-peat at the Players?
I'll tell you, he's certainly been trending the right way, and will play this week in Orlando at the Arnold Palmer Invitational, and certainly expect him to put on a good performance there. But just to think, last year, our 50th anniversary, we had never had a back-to-back champion in 50 years. And now in the 51st year, we have the opportunity to have a three-peat champion. We're excited for Scotty. But at the same time, I think going back to the drama that Sunday provides, last year, the reigning U.S. Open champion, the reigning British Open champion, and the reigning Olympic champion all had putts on 18 to tie Scotty, the number one player in the world. What more drama can Sunday provide than a leaderboard that's filled with that much talent, skill, and accomplishment?
Well, I think one of the things that comes to mind as you're talking through that, when you build that excitement, and there's also this element of maybe some education and bringing people along, because you talked about what's going on Wednesday with the content creators. This is really interesting. I see a lot of young volunteers out here too. I know a high schooler who's going to be on the course volunteering during the Players. College kids are also out here volunteering. I mean, there's a kind of a generational thing that's happening when it comes to tournament time for the Players.
Absolutely, and look, when the PGA Tour looks at our fan forward surveys, we've had almost 50,000 respondees of golf fans that have better than anything have told us what they want, and these are the things they want. They want innovation. They want to see these content creators that they follow on social media to have access to the golf course. They want us to tell the stories of the players a little bit deeper. They want us to enhance the broadcast. So, those are things that we take seriously. And as you said, here the opportunity to extend the week of the Players, starting with opening weekend. We're the third largest military community in the country. Yeah. So to have opening weekend and to have Tuesday where we celebrate our men and women in uniform, and have Wednesday that's a practice round, and to have 10 of the largest social media golf creators to come out here and play, and then Thursday through Sunday have 144 of the best players in the world. It's 9 days of action packed, and we build that again from feedback from the fans.
Yeah, I know you got an extensive golf background, even as a golfer and as a club pro. When it comes to the dollars and cents, though, this is a huge economic driver in our area. Tell us about the impact that the players makes in our region.
Yeah, thank you, Kent. It's really important to us. When Sunday at 6:00, we're going to crown a champion, and we're going to hand out a trophy, and we're going to hand out a lot of money. Yeah. To that player.
How large is the purse compared to other tournaments on the
PGA
Tour?
This year is a $25 million purse, so wow. The largest prize in golf. But what we take from that is the impact that tournament has. Again, going from inside the ropes to outside the ropes, and outside the ropes, we take that obligation very seriously. And we focus on 3 areas, and one area is the global awareness engine that this tournament provides, and that's 50 million hours of this broadcast is consumed worldwide, 28 different languages, 220 different countries and territories. This year we'll have 15 different international broadcast partners on site here to televise the Players Championship back to their country and their constituents. What better commercial for Northeast Florida, right. Duval County, St. Johns County, than 50 million hours globally consumed? So, global awareness platform, little more locally, the economic impact instrument that you speak of. Last year, the tournament had an economic impact of $234 million here. On the local community. The PGA Tour and our global home building has an economic impact of almost $1 billion throughout the year here in Northeast Florida. We break that down in that the hotels, we have about 19,000 hotel rooms within 30 miles. Those are 90% occupied the week of the Players, busiest week of the year. 685,000 passengers fly through Jacksonville International Airport. That's their busiest week of the year. So, really a total, 360-degree impact here on Northeast Florida is certainly the second item that we focus on. And then lastly is
it's the philanthropic part, right?
Our community service engine. What better way? We like to say simply that every taco, ticket, and T-shirt that gets purchased allows those proceeds to fall to the bottom line, and allow us to turn that around and really help organizations in need. And whether those organizations here in Northeast Florida are the Jacksonville Humane Society, a great partner of ours, our education system, our great medical system that's here in Northeast Florida, the opportunity to turn those things around and partner with those organizations is really what makes us proud.
Yeah, and as we wrap up, how does this factor in? You kind of partner with some of the educational institutions around. I know you talked about St. Johns County even. How does spring break for the kids factor into the tournament? How does it impact that even?
Yeah, always one of those things that we're studying is what's where's the best place for spring break to commit. We don't have control over that, but we do have great partners with our Duval County Public School System, St. Johns County Public School System. We are university partners with Edward Waters and University of North Florida, University of North Florida is actually providing all the volunteers in our fan shop this year, filling up about 1,200 shifts.
No kidding.
So a great partnership that we have there with UNF. But UNF, JU, Edward Waters, Flagler, you name it. We have great partnerships with all of those universities, and and the opportunity for them to use this as a platform. I think they use it as a entertainment for donor and alumni base to obviously build their foundation and development opportunities. And then outside of that, we look to work with them year round as to how we can help and how we can support their missions.
So, Leah, you and I got to talk. We're recording this episode on Wednesday, March 5th. It rained today, but it's gorgeous now. your weather forecast for the week of the Players? Would it be just like this, a little less wind? What are you looking for? What's making it great?
Do I give you the honest one, Kent, or do I give you the one that has my fingers crossed at the same time? You know, last year we look at it. We prepare our team, again, from our operations team, our tournament services team, are the best in the business, and we prepare for the worst. And I wouldn't say I'm superstitious, but maybe just that little bit stitious. We go over that weather plan. We make sure our rain suits are ready and all those types of things, in order for it not to happen. But, last year we had a great weather week, and I think our expectation in the long-range forecast that, we're looking at now looks like a really, really good week as well. And, we control a lot of things, but but the weather and the leaderboard is the two things we don't control. So, we're hoping for the best.
Yeah. It's always the best. I get to visit with you, Lee Smith, from the Players, and just our conversation about what's going to be happening this coming week. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned some things, too. I hope you get a chance to experience it as well. Thanks for joining us today on This Week in Jacksonville Business Edition. And a reminder, wherever you get your podcasts, go ahead and like, subscribe, and follow.